Now here in this question it says that the triangle ABC is given to us. M and N are the midpoint of AB and AC, and few more informations are given. So let's draw this triangle. So assuming that this is the triangle ABC, so this is A, B, C. This is the midpoint, which is say M, and here the midpoint, it is N. Definitely, if we join them, then from midpoint theorem we can say that these two would be parallel, right? And Mn would be half of BC. So here itself, let me assume that Mn is A, then BC would be 2 of it. Moving ahead, it says that CM and BN meet at point O and are perpendicular to each other. So we have to join M with C and we have to join N with B. This is the point of intersection and this is O and this is perpendicular. So obviously this will be also perpendicular, this two will be perpendicular and this two will be perpendicular, right? Further, it says that the length of AB is given to us. Now, since M is the midpoint, we can say that half of this much would be AM, and similarly, that 2 would be equal to MB. So this can be written as root of 13. These two can be written as root of 13. Similarly, the value of AC is given. So we can say that AN and NC both will be half of it. So it will be root of 73 by 2. Here too, it will be root of 73 by 2. Now we need to find the value of BC. So of course, if we can find the value of A, we will be getting the value of 2 of A. Now, since nothing has been given, the only thing which we can say is that the triangles are similar, that this is similar to this. But since 90-degree triangles are given and there are 4 such triangles, definitely this would be applying Pythagoras theorem here, right? Now, since this is the midpoint, obviously we can say that these two triangles, MON, the triangle MON is similar to triangle COB, right? Why so? Because if these two are parallel, then this is equal to this, and similarly this angle would be equal to this angle. So obviously two angles are same for these two triangles, corresponding angles are same, so we can say that these two are similar to each other. And the ratio of the corresponding side, MN and BC, we have already identified that they are in the ratio A is to 2A or 1 is to 2. So the ratio going here is 1 is to 2. So let us assume that if I take MO to be X, then OC, I'm taking this to be X, then CO would be what? 2 of X. Similarly, if I take this to be Y, then this value, that is BO, would be 2 of Y, right? Now, let us apply Pythagoras theorem in these two triangles because some numerical values are given, right? So, applying in this triangle, that is in triangle BOM, we can say that x square plus 2 times of y whole square would be 4 of y square will be equal to square of root 13, which is nothing but 13. Say this is equation number 1. Similarly, in this triangle, applying the same, so it will be y square plus 4 times of x square will be square of this, which is nothing but 73 divided by 4. This is my equation number 2. Now we need the value of A. In this triangle, that is in triangle MON, if I apply the Pythagoras theorem, then we'll be getting that A square should be equal to x square plus y square. So somehow we have to get the value of x square plus y square. To get these values, if I add them, then definitely x square plus 4x square will become 5 of x square, and similarly 4y square plus y square will become 5y square. So we can say that we can take 5 common, so x square plus y square here will be equal to sum of these. So on calculation, I'll be getting it as 125 divided by 4. We can get rid of 5 from here, so it will be 25 by 4, and the value of A is nothing but under root of this. So under root of x square plus y square would be under root of this, that is 25 by 4, which comes out to be 5 by 2. But we need to get the value of BC, which is 2 of A. This is 5 by 2. So 2 of A, which should be our answer, is 5. So option D becomes the right answer. Not a difficult question. The only thing is that we have to do some work, frame the equation and get the answer. So it might demand some time, but definitely it can be solved if it if such kind of question appear in the exam. Now let's take the second question. Here it says that a right triangle with legs 7 and 24. So if the triangle is right, two sides are given, and definitely we can identify that the third side would be 25 by applying Pythagoras theorem. Now a circle is inscribed into it. We have to find the radius. Very simple question. We can straight away apply the formula also. If the triangle is right, then this is 7, this is 24, and of course this is 25. Clearly the area of the triangle can be identified by applying the formula half base into height, right? Which comes out to be 12 into 7, which is 84. Now there is another way of finding the area of triangle, which is R into S, where R is the in radius and S is the semi perimeter. This R we need to identify. So what we can do is that it is R into semi perimeter is sum of all the sides, that is 7 plus 24. plus 25 divided by 2. This should be equal to 84. So this on calculation is 28 into r is equal to 84. So the value of r is 84 divided by 28, which comes out to be 3. So option B becomes the right answer. Now in this question it says that PQR is an equilateral triangle and side QR is extended to S. So we have to draw it. Let us draw an equilateral triangle. Say this is an equilateral triangle which is P, Q and R. So QR is extended to S, something like this, right? Such that the area of the triangle PRS, so we have to join P and S also. This area becomes half the area of the triangle PQS. That means this portion is half the area of the triangle PQS. So we can say that the area of this and this will be equal, right? Both this triangle will have equal area. This is only possible when QR becomes the median for this triangle PQS, right? So this is the median. So clearly we can say that these two will be equal. Similarly, PQR is an equilateral triangle. So all these three sides will also be equal. And the angles will be 60 degree. This two would be 60 degree. This two would be 60 degree, right? And this angle would be 120 degree. Further, if you focus on triangle PR and S, then in this triangle, this is an isosceles triangle. Now, why this is an isosceles triangle? Because these two lengths are equal. Both are same. Let us assume them to be A. Now, since it's an isosceles triangle, so this angle, if this is theta, then this angle will also be theta. Now, sum of these three angles in the triangle PQRS should be equal to 180 degree. So clearly we can say that theta plus 120 degree should be equal to 180 degree. On solving, we'll be getting the value of theta to be 30 degree. Now we have been asked about the angle. This is angle QPS. QPS. So we have to find this entire angle. This is 60 degree. This is 30 degree. So combining both, we can say that the answer should be option A. Very easy question. All of us should be able to solve it because clearly it is giving a lot of hint that the answer should move towards 90 degree because a lot of 30, 60 and 90 triangles are being formed. We have seen similar kind of question many times in our practice sessions. Now in this question it says that ABC is a triangle and D, E, F and G, they are the midpoints of these sides, right? So we have to draw this diagram. So I already done this. Here we can see, and let us just cross check them. D should be the midpoint of side BC. So D is the midpoint of side BC. So these two lengths will be equal, correct? And similarly, E is the midpoint of side AD. So AD is joined and E is the midpoint. F is the midpoint of BE. Again, BE is joined and F is the midpoint. And G is the midpoint of FD. So again, FD is joined and G is the midpoint. So a lot of triangles which are formed will have equal areas because we know that a lot of medians have been drawn and median divides the triangle into two equal areas. And here it has asked, as expected, it has asked that what will be the ratio of the area of the triangle EGD, that is this, let us assume it to be A, to the area of the triangle ACE, to this, right? Let's start the process. If you just focus on triangle EFD, in this triangle EG is the median. Now if EG is the median, we have assumed that the area of the triangle this is A. So clearly we can say that EG will divide this triangle into two equal areas. So if this part area is A, then this part area would also be equal to A, right? Further, if you focus on DEB, this triangle, then again we can say that FD or DF is the median. Area of this triangle is equal to A plus A, that is 2A, and that will be equal to this. Reason being, FD is the median, so it will divide this triangle into two equal halves, right? Further, if we focus on the triangle, say BEC, in this triangle, if you focus, then ED is the median, right? Because D is the midpoint of BC, and area of triangle EBD, if I combine them, this is nothing but 4 of A. So clearly we can say that this area will also be equal to 4 of A, right? Further, if you focus on this triangle AEC, in this triangle EC is the median because these two would be equal, E is the midpoint. So again, this median will divide the triangle into two equal areas. So these two parts will be same. So this is equal to 4 of A. Now we have been asked about the ratio of these two triangle, the area of these two triangles. So if this is A and the other one is 4 of A, so clearly the ratio is 1:4. So option B becomes the right answer. Very simple question. It can be solved. There is no complexity into it. Yes, the iteration process is higher, but we can solve it within a minute. Now let's take the next question. Here it says that a right triangle has two sides, this and this, and we need to find the sum of the two possible length of the third side. Now clearly if the sides are like this will be a 90-degree. Now these two sides could be either this or this, or it could be that one of these two sides and the other, the second one is the hypotenuse. So let's take both the possibility. Clearly this is higher than this. So if one of these two length is the hypotenuse, then the only chance is that this number or this value could be the hypotenuse. So let us assume that this is the hypotenuse. So it will be root of 842, and let us take this to be one of any two other sides. So let us take it to be under root of 58. So the third side is x. So clearly x can be identified. X square would be equal to this square, which is 842, minus this square, which is equal to 58. On calculation, we'll be getting it as 784. So the third side, one of the possible third side would be under root of this, which comes out to be 28. So one of the value could be 28. The other possibility is that none of these values is the hypotenuse. Rather, these are the other two sides other than the hypotenuse. So suppose this is under root of 58 and this is under root of 842. So the hypotenuse is say y. So third side y square could be 58 square of this plus square of this, which is 842. So on calculation, I'll be getting it as this is 58 plus 842, which comes out to be 900. So the value of y would be under root of this, which is 30. So there are two possibilities, either 28 or 30. You have to get the sum of these two possibilities. Clearly 28 plus 30 will give us 58. So 58 is the answer for this question. Very simple question. Anyone who has just started geometry can also solve this. Now in this question it says that I is the in center of the triangle PQR and the angle is also given to us. We need to find the measure of angle R. So this is a straightforward formula based question. If you know what is in center, then you must have gone through the formula, and that is for any triangle. In this case the triangle is PQ or PRQ, something like this, right? PQR. So in center is a point wherein the angle bisector intersects. So if this is the angle, if I draw an angle bisector like this, similarly for this angle, if I draw the angle bisector like this, then this point of intersection is the in center. Here it is I, and this angle given to us is 116 degree. We know that if this angle is say theta and this angle is R, say angle R, then there is a relationship between theta and angle this, and that relationship is that this angle theta is nothing but equal to 90 degree plus half the angle R. We have to just substitute the value of theta here. So it is 116 degree is equal to 90 degree plus half the value of angle R. On calculation, we'll be getting angle R equal to 52 degree. So option C becomes the right answer. Direct formula based. If you know the formula, you can solve it very easily. Now here the question says that the figure in the given figure, O is the center of the circle, and we have to find the ratio of area of triangle, circle, and the square respectively. So we closely observe that if this is O and the radius is R, this square has a side R, so this value will also be R, right? Now this value is also R. So in this triangle, we can see that one side is R, the other side is 2 of R. So we can find the third side, this side, right? Let us assume it to be X. We'll be finding the value of X in terms of R. This is a 90 degree because this triangle is inscribed in a semicircle. So applying the Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse 2 times of R, so 2 times of R whole square will be equal to R square plus X square. On solving, we'll be getting the value of X to be root 3 times of R. So this is root 3R. Now everything is known to us. The area of the triangle would be what? This is 90 degrees, so we can clearly say that half of R into root 3R. Half of R into root 3R. Half base into height, right? This two, area of circle would be pi R square, and area of square would be the side is given to us, so it is R square. So clearly R square will get cancelled out, and we are left with root 3 by 2 is to pi is to 1. Let us multiply it by 2, so we'll be getting it as root 3 is to 2 pi is to 2. Clearly option B is the right answer. Now here the question says that there is a monkey who is climbing a pole at a uniform speed and the boy is standing on a ground at some distance from the pole. So let us draw this scenario. So this is the pole and this is the point where the boy is standing, correct? Say this point is C, this point is A. And it takes that, and it says that it takes 5 minutes for the angle of elevation of monkey to change from 30 degree to 60 degree. So initially the position of monkey say be at point B, right? So this angle of elevation was initially 30 degree and it climbed up and moved to say point D. Now the angle of elevation changed from 30 to 60 degree. That means this entire angle becomes 60 degree. So if the boy starts walking towards the pole with the same speed as that of the monkey, how much time it will take to reach the base of the pole? We have been given that the monkey was initially at this point and it reached at point D and it took 5 minutes. So we have to find the distance. The moment we find the distance, dividing it by time, we'll be getting the speed. And that will be the speed of the boy. And we just need to find the distance CA. Once we find the distance CA, we would be having the speed of the boy, so we can find the time. So this is overall the structure wherein we'll be working. So let's start the process. We don't have any idea about what is the length, etc. So let us focus on triangle ABC. In this triangle, this angle is 30 degree, right? This is 90 degree. So clearly, we can apply 30, 60, 90 triangle concept, that is side opposite to 30 degree. If this is A, then the side opposite to 60 degree, because this will be 60 degree, right, will be root 3 times of A, and side opposite to 90 degree will be 2 of A, correct? Further, if we apply the same logic in triangle ACD, then in that case, this is 60 degree, this is 90 degree, so this will become 30 degree, correct? So side opposite to 30 degree is this much, and side opposite to 60 degree, that means this entire length will be root 3 times of this, that is it will be 3 of A, right? So we can say that initially the monkey was here and it reached here. This distance is A, this entire distance is 3A, so effectively the monkey moved distance 2A in 5 minutes. So can I say the speed will be distance over time? So this is the speed, this is the speed with which monkey was moving, and this will be the speed of the boy also. And the boy has to cover this distance from C to A. This is the distance which he has to cover. So obviously the time taken would be what? Distance over speed. So distance is root 3 times of A and speed is 2A by 5. So clearly the answer should be root 3 into 5 by 2, or option A. Now here in this question it says that there is a triangle ABC and the internal bisector of angle A meets BC at point D. So let us draw the scenario. So this is triangle ABC and the internal bisector of angle A, it meets point BC at D. Now further it is said that AB is 8, AD is 6. The internal bisector value is given to us, and the angle BAC, that is the angle A, is given. Of course this is an internal bisector, so we can say that this will be divided equally. So 60 degree is angle BAD and BAC respectively. We need to find the length of this, say the length of AC we have to find, right? So what to proceed? If you just closely observe, then this triangle, there are 3 triangles which we can see: triangle ABC, triangle ABD, and triangle ADC. In all the 3 scenarios, we have one of the angle given and the opposite sides are known. For the third case, we don't know the one of the side using which the angles have been formed. So we have a relation that for any triangle, if there is an angle theta and the side which forms this angle is known to us, then the area of the triangle is half AB sine of theta. So we should be applying this formula, because everything is indicating that without this, using this formula, it will be difficult to proceed. So what we can do is that we can find the area of the triangle ABC. So area of the triangle ABC would be half AB into AC into sine of the angle formed, which is complete 120 degree. This would be equal to area of this triangle plus this triangle, right? So for this triangle, that is ABD, it will be half AB into AD into sine of 60 degree, plus for this triangle it would be half AD into AC into sine of 60 degree. Correct? Now the value of AB is known, the value of AD is known, right? We know that sine of 60 degree is root 3 by 2 and sine of 120 degree is also equal to root 3 by 2. Correct? Now we can just substitute it here. So since sine 120, sine 60 both are equal, so we can just cancel it out. We can cancel it out half. So what are we left with? We are left with AB into AC. AB is 8 into AC. This is equal to AB, which is 8 into AD, which is 6, plus 6 into AC, right? So clearly 2 times of AC is 8 into 6, or the value of AC is 4 into 6, which is equal to 24. So the third side of the triangle ABC is 24. Option A becomes the right answer. Now in this question, we have to find the radius of the semicircle which is inscribed in a triangle whose sides are 15, 36 and 39. If you closely observe, then this is equal to 3 into 13. This is equal to 3 into 12 and this is equal to 3 into 5. So effectively it is 5, 12, 13 triangle multiplied by 3. So this angle has to be 90 degree, right? Because this is a triplet which will be following the Pythagoras theorem. Now to get the radius, let us assume that this is the point of contact of the tangent PR and say this is the center O. So this is the radius, so as this, right? So this length OR will be 36 minus R. Right? Now this length PQ is the tangent. So from P we are drawing two tangent PQ and P, say this point is S. So both this length will be equal. So this is also equal to 15, right? And this angle is 90 degree. So RS would be 39 minus 15, which comes out to be 24. Correct? Now let us focus on the triangle ORS. In this triangle, this is 90 degree, this is radius R, this is hypotenuse, and this is the other side, the third side. So clearly hypotenuse, that is 36 minus R whole square, must be equal to 24 square plus of R square. On opening this, 36 square will be equal to 1296 plus of R square minus 72R, and here 24 square is 576 plus of R square. So R square will get cancelled out, correct? And here we can see that can be divided by some value. I think it should be divisible by 9. So if I divide everything by 9, then I'll be getting this as 144. In fact, it should be divisible by 12 also. So if I divide it by 12, 1296 divided by 12, I'll be getting it as 108 minus, this will be 6 times of R, and this 576 divided by 12 will be 48. Again, it should be divided by 6. So 108, if I divide it by 6, it is 18 minus of R. This again divided by 6, it will be 8. So the value of R is 18 minus 8, which is 10. So 10 centimeter is the answer.